Let's talk about one of the simplest, most underestimated skills in life. A skill that, if you truly master it, can complete. Here's a compact, humane, thought-provoking, SEO-optimized video description for your title. Get what you want every time. The 90-day asking challenge isn't just about achieving goals. It's about rethinking existence, choice, and the art of conscious living. In this modern guide to self-mastery, you'll learn how to ask with clarity, act with courage, and receive with openness. We explore why asking is the bridge between thought and reality, and how a simple daily ritual can shift your entire consciousness. Whether you're seeking purpose, freedom, love, or success, the 90-day asking challenge will show you how to align thought, intention, and action so you can get what you want every time. This is deep work, blending self-reflection, mindful awareness, and practical strategy for people who believe that life is not random, but a mirror of what you dare to ask for. Keywords: doubled, tripled for SEO. Get what you want. Get what you want every time. 90-day asking challenge. Asking challenge. Ask and receive. Ask and you shall receive. How to get what you want. How to get what you want every time. Manifestation, self-improvement, personal growth, deep thinking, conscious living. Here's a compact, humane, thought-provoking, SEO-optimized video description for your title. Get what you want every time. The 90-day asking challenge isn't just about achieving goals. It's about rethinking existence, choice, and the art of conscious living. In this modern guide to self-mastery, you'll learn how to ask with clarity, act with courage, and receive with openness. We explore why asking is the bridge between thought and reality, and how a simple daily ritual can shift your entire consciousness. Whether you're seeking purpose, freedom, love, or success, the 90-day asking challenge will show you how to align thought, intention, and action so you can get what you want every time. This is deep work, blending self-reflection, mindful awareness, and practical strategy for people who believe that life is not random, but a mirror of what you dare to ask for. Keywords: doubled, tripled for SEO. Get what you want. Get what you want every time. 90-day asking challenge. Asking challenge. Ask and receive. Ask and you shall receive. How to get what you want. How to get what you want every time. Manifestation, self-improvement, personal growth, deep thinking, conscious living. Here's a compact, humane, thought-provoking, SEO-optimized video description for your title. Get what you want every time. The 90-day asking challenge isn't just about achieving goals. It's about rethinking existence, choice, and the art of conscious living. In this modern guide to self-mastery, you'll learn how to ask with clarity, act with courage, and receive with openness. We explore why asking is the bridge between thought and reality, and how a simple daily ritual can shift your entire consciousness. Whether you're seeking purpose, freedom, love, or success, the 90-day asking challenge will show you how to align thought, intention, and action so you can get what you want every time. This is deep work, blending self-reflection, mindful awareness, and practical strategy for people who believe that life is not random, but a mirror of what you dare to ask for. Keywords: doubled, tripled for SEO. Get what you want every time. 90-day asking challenge, asking challenge, ask and receive. Ask and you shall receive. How to get what you want. How to get what you want every time. Manifestation, self-improvement, personal growth, deep thinking, conscious living. Ely changed the trajectory of your success. It's the art of asking. That's it. No complicated formulas, no secret handshake. Just ask. Now, I know that sounds almost too simple, but think about it. Every great breakthrough, every big opportunity, every dream you've ever seen someone accomplish, at some point, it started because they asked for something. They asked for help. They asked for a chance. They asked for what they wanted. And here's the crazy part. The formula has been around forever. You've heard it before. Ask and you shall receive. That's not just a nice line for a greeting card. It's a principle that works. The truth is, you can be the hardest worker in the room, grinding every single day. But if you're not asking for opportunities, for guidance, for the resources you need, you're leaving most of your potential on the table. See, being a good worker is important, but being a good asker, that's next level. Here's the first thing you need to understand. Asking starts a unique process, mental and emotional. I can't tell you exactly how it works. Honestly, I don't think anyone fully understands it. It's like pushing a button and suddenly behind the scenes, all these invisible gears start turning. You might not see it instantly, but doors start to open. People start to appear in your life. Opportunities start showing up in the most unexpected places. It's like planting a seed. You can't see what's happening underground, but something's growing. Now, some people get stuck because they want to know every single detail before they take action. They're obsessed with studying the roots, while others are already out there picking the fruit. And that's the choice. Do you want to stand around analyzing how everything works? Or do you want to actually experience the results? Because asking, even before you feel ready, is the first step to receiving. So start the process. Don't overthink it. This one's going to surprise you. Receiving is actually the easy part. Yep. If the principle is true, if ask and you shall receive is real, then the receiving is built in, which means the real problem isn't on the receiving side. The real problem is we're not asking. Think about it. I've met people who work incredibly hard, day after day, year after year, but they've never actually written down what they want. I mean, literally, not even a single sheet of paper with their goals. They're great workers, but poor askers. And here's the brutal truth. If you don't ask, if you don't clearly state what you want, how can the world give it to you? How can other people help you get there? If that's you, it's time to flip the script. Some people live like success is this limited resource. Like if someone else wins, they lose. That's not how it works. Success isn't rationed. You're not going to step up to the window one day and hear, "Sorry, we're all out. Come back next year." No, success is more like an ocean. And here's the image I want you to remember. Some people show up to that ocean with a teaspoon. A teaspoon, when the truth is, the ocean is endless. You could bring a bucket, a barrel, a tanker truck, and still, it would never run dry. So here's the move. Trade your teaspoon for at least a bucket. Not just so you can get more, but because walking up to the ocean with a teaspoon just looks ridiculous. Two ways to ask now. Before we wrap up this first section, I want to give you two powerful ways to ask. These are the difference between wishful thinking and actual results. This doesn't mean overcomplicating it, but it does mean being clear. Don't mumble your goals. Don't be vague. When you're vague, the world doesn't know what to send you. Instead, ask specifically, how wide? How high? How soon? When? What size? What color? How much? Define it. Describe it. Paint the picture so clearly that anyone hearing it knows exactly what you're going after. The more clearly you define your goals, the more they start to pull you toward them. It's almost magnetic. This is the part most adults struggle with. Kids are great at this. They just believe. They don't think about how or what if it doesn't work. They believe it's possible. But adults, we get skeptical. We've had failures. We've been told no too many times. We start to think small. Here's the secret. Make plans like an adult. Detailed, thoughtful, strategic. But believe in those plans like a child. It's that combination that creates magic. And if you're skeptical, try it for 90 days, not a year, not forever, just 90 days. Ask with intelligence, ask with faith, and watch what happens. In the next part, we're going to get into exactly how to structure those asks, how to keep momentum, and how to make sure you're not sabotaging your own receiving. But for now, start practicing. And here's something fun. I want to see your goals, literally. If you're watching this right now, take a moment today, not tomorrow, and write down your top 3 goals. Then send me a photo on Instagram, TikTok, or X. I'll pick one person in the next month to win $100 just for taking action. Not because of the money, but because action takers change their lives. Let's not just wish for a better future. Let's design it. Do you want me to continue with part 2 now so we can keep the pacing consistent? Last time we talked about the foundation, asking with intelligence and with faith. Now let's dig into why so many people avoid asking in the first place and how to break through that barrier. The silent killer, fear of asking. Here's the truth. Most people don't fail because they lack talent, resources, or opportunities. They fail because they never ask. And the number one reason they never ask? Fear. Fear of rejection, fear of looking foolish, fear of hearing no. But let's put this in perspective. If the worst possible outcome is hearing no, what's the big deal? You're already at no if you don't ask. Think about that. If you ask and get rejected, you're no worse off than if you'd stayed silent. But if you ask and get a yes, you've just unlocked a new path. Every big leap forward in your life will involve you risking a no to get to a yes. Reframing rejection. Here's something that helped me a lot. Stop treating no like a brick wall. Think of it as a speed bump. It slows you down for a second, but it doesn't stop you from getting to your destination. Some no answers are just not yet. Others are not from me, but maybe from someone else. The key is to detach your self-worth from the outcome. A rejection doesn't mean you're not good enough. It just means that particular request didn't align with that particular person at that particular time. Why specific asking works. Better let's circle back to something from part one, clarity. When you're vague, I want to be successful, no one knows what you actually mean. What's successful to you? More free time, more money, more recognition. Here's why specific asking works. It gives you a clear target to move toward. It helps others know exactly how they can help you. It keeps you accountable. Imagine walking into a restaurant and telling the waiter, just bring me something good. You might get lucky, but you're also probably going to get something you didn't really want. Life works the same way. You get what you order. The magnetic effect of defined goals. When you clearly define what you want and write it down, something strange happens. You start noticing things you didn't notice before. People, opportunities, resources, they seem to appear. It's not magic, it's focus. Your brain starts filtering the world differently. Ever decide you want a certain kind of car and then suddenly start seeing it everywhere? That's your brain's reticular activating system at work. You've told it, this matters, and it starts spotting it in the wild. The same thing happens with goals. The clearer you are, the more your brain helps you find the path. Taking bigger scoops from the ocean. Let's revisit the ocean analogy. If success is an ocean, unlimited, abundant, overflowing, then your container is your belief system. If you walk up with a teaspoon, it's because you believe you're only capable of handling a teaspoon's worth. That belief keeps you small. So how do you upgrade from a teaspoon to a bucket and then to a barrel? By gradually stretching your comfort zone. Ask for something just beyond what feels comfortable. When you get it, your confidence grows. Then you ask for more. The more you prove to yourself that you can handle bigger opportunities, the bigger your container gets. From asking to receiving. Now here's where a lot of people mess up. They finally get the courage to ask, and then, when the opportunity shows up, they're not ready to receive it. Receiving is more than just taking what's given. It's being prepared to handle it well. For example, if you ask for a big job promotion but haven't built the skills to succeed in that role, you might get it, but then struggle and burn out. That's why asking with intelligence also means preparing in advance. If you're asking for bigger opportunities, start getting ready for them now. The 90-day experiment. Let's make this practical. For the next 90 days, I want you to do 3 things. 1. Write down exactly what you want. Be so clear that a stranger could read it and understand your vision. 2. Ask for one thing every single day. This could be asking for advice, asking for help, asking for a meeting, asking for a sale, whatever aligns with your goals. 3. Track the results. Even if the answer is no, you're building the habit. Why 90 days? Because it's long enough to see real results, but short enough to commit without feeling overwhelmed. And if at the end of 90 days you don't like the results, fine, go back to your old way. But I have a feeling you won't want to. The adult-child Formula 1 of my favorite principles is this. Plan like an adult. Believe like a child. Adults bring logic, strategy, and realism, which is great for creating a plan. Children bring imagination, belief, and fearless asking, which is great for dreaming big. When you combine those two, you get the best of both worlds. A plan that works and a belief system that keeps you motivated to execute it. Why the world respects doers. We live in a world full of talkers, people who dream, discuss, and debate, but never take action. That's why action takers stand out so much. When you ask and take action, you show that you're serious. People respect that. It's the difference between someone saying, I want to write a book someday, and someone showing up with 3 chapters already done, asking for feedback. One is a wish, the other is a commitment. Action step challenge. Let's make this fun. If you're watching this, I want you to take the challenge. Write down your goals today, not tomorrow, today. Take a picture of them. Send it to me on Instagram, TikTok, or X. In 1 month, I'll pick one person to win $100. Not because of the money, but because you took action. Remember, action turns asking into receiving. We've talked about the foundation of asking, we've covered how to face rejection, and we've broken down the 90-day experiment. Now let's dive into the long game. How to sustain this habit, how to spot opportunities faster, and how to make sure your container keeps growing so you can hold more of what life sends you. Building the asking habit for life. Here's the truth. Asking once in a while isn't going to change your life. The people who seem lucky, who always get the breaks, who always meet the right people at the right time, aren't actually lucky. They're just asking constantly. They're planting seeds everywhere they go. You've probably heard the saying, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Asking is the same thing. Every ask is a shot on goal. The more you ask, the more chances you have to score. And over time, this becomes second nature. You stop overthinking it. You start asking without the fear, without the hesitation. It's just what you do. Recognizing opportunities before they disappear. Opportunities don't always come with flashing neon signs. Sometimes they're quiet. Sometimes they look inconvenient. Sometimes they show up disguised as extra work. If you're in the habit of asking, and you've trained yourself to listen, you'll start spotting them sooner. For example, maybe someone casually mentions a project at work that's outside your normal duties. If you're tuned in, you might ask, hey, could I help with that? That one question could lead to a promotion. Or maybe you overhear a friend talking about a connection they have in an industry you're interested in. If you're in asking mode, you might say, would you mind introducing me? The point is, you can't act on opportunities you don't notice. Scaling your container. Remember the ocean analogy? Let's take it further. When you first start asking, you might only be able to handle a small bucket. If someone gave you an Olympic-sized pool of success right now, it might overwhelm you. That's okay. Your job is to keep upgrading your container so when bigger opportunities arrive, you're ready for them. How do you upgrade? Develop your skills. If you're asking for bigger roles, make sure you're ready to perform at that level. Strengthen your mindset. Learn how to handle pressure, criticism, and setbacks. Expand your network. Bigger opportunities often come through bigger connections. The bigger your container, the more you can take from the ocean without spilling it everywhere. The power of compounding asks. Here's something that blows people's minds. The effect of asking compounds over time. Your first ask might get you a small win. That small win makes your second ask easier. That second ask leads to a bigger win, which opens the door to an even bigger one. Before you know it, you're looking back wondering how you got so far. And the truth is, it wasn't one massive ask that changed everything. It was hundreds of small, consistent asks, each one stacking on top of the last. Removing the emotional baggage. Let's be honest, some of us grew up in environments where asking felt wrong. Maybe you were told not to bother people. Maybe you were taught to just work hard and wait to be noticed. Maybe you were made to feel like asking was selfish. If that's you, you've got to rewrite that script in your head. Asking isn't selfish, not when you're creating value in return. Asking is how you grow, how you serve more people, and how you make a bigger impact. The world isn't a pie with limited slices. The more you receive, the more you can give. Making asking a daily ritual. Here's a practical tip. Make asking part of your daily routine. Every day before you start work, write down one thing you're going to ask for that day. It could be big or small. Over time, you'll be shocked at how those little daily asks add up. And remember, this isn't just about business or money. You can ask for advice, feedback, introductions, opportunities to collaborate, anything that moves you forward. Why faith still matters. I want to come back to faith for a second. It's easy to believe when everything's going well. The real test is asking with faith when nothing's going right. That's when you have to lean on belief like a child, to trust that just because you don't see the results yet, it doesn't mean they're not coming. Faith keeps you in the game long enough for the asking habit to work its magic. The world rewards action. Here's what I've noticed. People respect clarity. People respond to confidence. People reward action. When you ask clearly with confidence and then follow up with action, people notice. Doors open. Networks expand. Resources flow toward you. That's the formula. And the beauty is, anyone can do it. The final 90-day push. So here's the deal. You have a choice. You can keep doing what you've always done, waiting, hoping, wishing, or you can take the next 90 days and turn them into a launch pad for the rest of your life. Start asking every day. Ask clearly. Ask with faith. Prepare to receive. Upgrade your container. And remember, on every no is just a step closer to a yes. Your next step, I'll leave you with this challenge. 1, right now, not tomorrow. Write down 3 things you're going to ask for this week. 2, share them with someone you trust. Accountability works. 3, send me a photo of your goals on Instagram, TikTok, or X. In 1 month, I'm picking one action taker to win $100. But more importantly, I want to see who's actually putting this into practice. Because here's the truth. Most people will watch this, nod along, and then go right back to doing nothing. Don't be most people. Let's not just wish for a better future. Let's design it.